Dr. Eric Fields again. Today I wanted to talk about my approach to helping people. And that is an approach that really gets rid of this unhealthy food dependency. It really puts you in control, not food, so that you're making more deliberate choices. In other words, you're not acting like an automaton. You're eating on your terms, when you want to eat, the amount that you want to eat, etc., etc. And this doesn't mean that you're always following a prescribed plan 100% of the time. But what it does mean is that you're in control and you're making choices so that you're in control of even making choices when you are eating off the plan, so to speak. But maintaining that control, making that a deliberate decision, saying, okay, you know what, I'm a little bit hungrier tonight. I'd like to eat a little bit more, and this is what I'm going to do. But making sure that you're really enjoying what you're eating and you're not feeling guilty. I tell all my patients, people with all sorts of struggles over the years with various types of addictions and compulsions, etc., etc. I tell them all, you really just need to pay attention to one emotion to know whether or not you're doing right by you. And basically, that your behavior coincides with your values, your wishes, and your goals. That emotion is guilt. Guilt is your barometer. And I'm not talking about the kind of guilt that's imposed on us by other people, because that's a false barometer. I don't want you to feel guilty because other people would label your behavior as unhealthy, not right, not good, whatever. I don't care what other people think, and you shouldn't either. You are the ultimate judge of your behavior. And so if you're feeling guilty, you are feeling guilty, and that's not influenced by other people. It's strictly your own analysis or assessment of your behavior. Then that's something to really pay attention to. We talked a bunch about this all or nothing thinking. And all or nothing thinking is not healthy and it doesn't belong anywhere in our lives. So that we have a plan, a food plan to lose weight. It's a plan. It doesn't mean that we follow it 100% of the time. It doesn't mean that it's a rule, a law. It's a guideline that if we follow it to a large degree, to a large extent, that it's going to lead to weight loss because we have predetermined that this plan is going to put us into a caloric deficit. But with that being said, it's a plan, it's guidelines, it's something that we follow most of the time. And when we decide to eat off the plan, whether or not it's planned, as in the sense of a holiday like we just had, or it's not planned in the sense that we're just thinking that, hey, we'd like to have a little bit of that donut in the refrigerator, or we'd like a snack because we're pretty hungry. That's fine as long as we don't do it too often, and as long as it's not getting fueled by this all or nothing thinking where we think like, oh, we're eating off the plan, so therefore screw it, now I'm just going to eat everything in the refrigerator. It's more planned in the moment where we're saying, okay, we're going to pay attention to enjoying this meal and we're not going to overdo it and we're not going to feel guilty about it because there's nothing wrong with once in a while going off the plan and having something enjoyable to eat. My approach, my program is all based upon food freedom. My premise is that the large majority of us have a lot of difficulty losing weight and keeping it off because we engage in this binge eating, this mindless eating. We're not good at portion control. We engage a lot in this all or nothing thinking that leads to excessive calorie consumption. So that if we eliminate or greatly reduce this behavior that really sabotages our weight loss efforts, this off the plan behavior, then we will reach our goals no problem. There is a big difference between once in a while, like I said, going off the plan and being off the plan a large percentage of the time, every night, or most of the weekend, and when we are off the plan, engaging in these binge episodes where we're consuming, 1,000 plus calories. That is what we're trying to eliminate. We're trying to eliminate the binge eating. We're trying to eliminate the excessive calorie consumption. This idea that when we're off the plan, that it's just screw it and all caution gets thrown to the wind. We're trying to eliminate that. And we're trying to reduce the overall amount of time that we're off the plan, but not to 0%, just to something that happens on occasion. And when we do engage in off the plan eating, that it is moderate and we are enjoying it and we don't feel guilty about it. We've made a conscious decision that it's okay, that we've been doing really well and we're a little bit extra hungry tonight. And it's okay to eat a little something and enjoy ourselves at night every now and then. Okay? My plan is called the Independence Weight Loss Program. And I couldn't have thought of a better title for it because really, at the end of the day, that is what my program is all about. It's you gaining independence from food. Food no longer controlling you. And when you gain that kind of independence and control over food, you will lose the weight, no problem. You will be in control. You will know how to deal with holidays. You will know how to deal with events where there's going to be a lot of high calorie food and meals. You are going to know you so well and be able to eat on your terms, when you want, what you want, how much you want, and none of the time will you be feeling guilty because you won't be feeling like you're doing anything wrong. You'll be able to actually enjoy food without feeling guilty and without punishing yourself afterwards with these feelings of shame and disappointment. Weight loss becomes very, very easy when we are not food dependent. And what I mean by food dependent is dependent on food psychologically, emotionally, for all sorts of reasons other than sustenance or simple enjoyment once in a while. Or enjoyment during the actual meal without any guilt. And what I'm going to go over with you this week is I'm going to go over skills to help you become more aware of when you're eating, more mindful when you're eating. It's another word for it. And really be able to enjoy the meal and eat to a point where you do feel satisfied, you do feel like you enjoyed the meal, you felt like you were present, you weren't acting like an automaton. Every bite was tasted fully and experienced fully, and you ate a reasonable amount so that you're not feeling shameful or guilty afterwards. Once you get in that pattern and you break that dependency, break that unhealthy cycle that you've been in for so long, and you really become independent from food in that way, you're going to be on a whole different level. We are always going to be dependent on food as human beings, biologically and physically, but we shouldn't ever be dependent on food for psychological or emotional reasons. There are other ways to address them, and we are going to go over that as well in the future. So if you're curious and have questions about my independence weight loss plan or program, please reach out to me, and I'll have more videos for you to really help you control your eating. This is Dr. Eric Fields.